Tonight on the MTN News.
Daycare drama.
He could have been hit by a car, kidnapped, hurt, he could have PTSD. No one knows the long-lasting issues from that.
We're learning more after a 3-year-old walks away unattended from a Billings daycare.
Also, travel trouble.
A certain percentage of flights will be reduced over the next several days.
The FAA reducing flights as the government shutdown continues, and it's already creating problems.
And we're taking you inside the hard hat zone for a first look at the massive St. Vincent Hospital expansion.
The MTN 530 News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us on this Thursday. I'm Russ Riesinger.
And I'm Andrea. Lutz. Continuing coverage tonight surrounding a Billings downtown daycare that briefly lost a toddler in its care.
Now we've learned that the facility faced complaints in the past. State records show the daycare was investigated for failing to meet required staff-to-child ratios.
Tonight, our Charlie Kleps hears from the little boy's mother and a former parent who says she's not surprised by what happened.
It was along these downtown Billings streets that child walked around unsupervised on Monday. It was a scary call for his mother, but also ignited a background search into the facility itself, which has some pretty interesting investigations documented.
And they put his life in danger.
You just don't want to believe this could happen.
And he's walking outside in the cold, not knowing where he is.
Amelia Hahn's 3-year-old son, Ryder, was somehow able to walk away from his daycare at the Learning Grove downtown. Hahn says the police report shows the staff was unaware he was missing for 15 minutes.
He was traumatized. He was like, he's never going to be okay with being dropped off somewhere.
Thankfully, Ryder was found by a passerby and delivered safely, brought here to a different daycare across the street. But one happy ending for this mother isn't shared by all moms. Christy Holy took her children out of the Learning Grove school.
In the amount of time that we were there, we experienced a lot of neglect.
Her kids were there for just 6 weeks.
My daughter, multiple times, 3 on account I can account for, I spoke to the owner about, was left for about 3 hours plus in a soiled diaper.
Dirty diapers are one thing, but a pickup by dad proved to be Holy's final straw.
He ended up coming into the daycare, walking all the way back to the room she was in, getting Lyric, my daughter, and then leaving without them even noticing that she had been gone, until they had messaged me 2 hours later and said I didn't sign her out.
Those complaints are well documented on the Department of Public Health and Human Services website. But Cora Vies, who owns the daycare where Ryder was found, explained providers are well aware of annual inspections, as well as the random ones that happen throughout the year.
If you're doing things right the whole year, I feel like there's not so much worry. It's very important to have everybody on the same page.
Vies says communication is key and says safety is her concern year-round.
It's not just something I think about, once a year.
Hahn will surely remember her safety nightmare for years to come.
Terrified, mad, and sad at the same time.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
Well, if you're going to be traveling by air anytime soon, there's a chance of more delays and cancellations. This after the FAA announced a plan to reduce airline capacity due to the government shutdown. Here's a look at FlightAware's misery map showing hundreds of delays and cancellations tonight. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says 40 major airports will cut air traffic by 10% because of controller shortages, with many workers now going 36 days without pay. CBS News reports the cutbacks include several major hubs for Billings travelers like Denver, Salt Lake City, Minneapolis, and Seattle. And that news has many travelers feeling some turbulence before they even take off.
That's right. Our Vanessa Willardson spent the day at the Billings airport talking with passengers and officials about what to expect in the busy days ahead.
KTVQ senior producer Dan Dragon is flying to Milwaukee Thursday afternoon.
I've been watching, obviously, with the shutdown the last few weeks and kind of worried and keep thinking, okay, it's going to end. Well, it hasn't ended.
Amid the government shutdown, flights have been delayed in airports across the country, and those delays are expected to increase. For Dragon, it's not the outbound flights he's worried about.
It's truly just a game of Russian roulette and not knowing which flights are going to get canceled.
It's the flight back that poses the risk.
I'll be leaving Milwaukee and then flying back through Denver. Denver being a major hub, probably going to be affected more, so I'm definitely worried about that since it'll be in the midst of these delayed and canceled flights.
The FAA announced Wednesday they will be cutting 10% of air traffic across 40 U.S. airports Friday, as air traffic employees have gone 37 days during this government shutdown without pay.
9 of the 10 out-of-state hubs that are served from Billings are on the list of 40 airports that are going to be impacted.
At the airport in Billings, Director of Aviation and Transit Jeff Roach says there is a significant chance the airport will see delays.
There is a likelihood that we may see some delays or cancellations as a part of this overall disruption to the air service.
While the reductions start at midnight Thursday night, Roach cannot confirm when or if the airport will see the delays.
I would encourage everyone who plans to travel over the next several days until the government shutdown is resolved to go ahead and continue to contact their air carrier and keep in touch with their air carrier about their flight status.
In Billings, Vanessa Willardson, MTN News.
An update tonight on where the very tight race to be Billings' next mayor stands. It's not official just yet, but Mike Nelson appears poised to take the mayor's seat in Billings. The Northern Hotel owner holds a 185-vote lead over City Council member Jennifer Owen. Election Administrator Dana Cosby tells Q2 fewer than 200 corrected ballots will be counted Monday. And for now, Owen has not conceded.
Well, there's about to be something to see at the construction site for the new St. Vincent Regional Hospital. Construction crews are now building into the Billings skyline.
A steel tower will soon be seen rising 76 feet in the air and constructed with steel made right here in Billings. MTN's Shelly Malashi takes us to the site.
We are starting to see some progress at the construction site for the new St. Vincent Regional Hospital. For months, a lot of the underground foundation work has been going on, but with the arrival of this massive crane, workers are going to be able to lift, swing, and put into place concrete walls, stairwells, and steel framing.
It's a lot of energy, excitement. You know, people want to know every day where it's at. You know, are we on time? You know, the details of what's happening.
What you'll see actually in the next couple of weeks over to the north side here, we'll have the central utility plant. That'll be, 76 feet in the air, so that by itself will be pretty impressive. All steel, that'll go up over the next few weeks.
All that steel coming from the True North Steel Company, right here in Billings.
4,000 tons of steel going to this project. That equates to roughly 200 truckloads. For the concrete cores, there's roughly 184 pieces of concrete, each requiring their own truck. Heaviest piece will be around that 57,000 pound range.
And none of it can be moved without the Manitowoc 16,000. This crane weighs in at more than 1 million pounds and has a 400-foot boom.
Took 27 truckloads to get it in here, and really the purpose of it is to do all the heavy lifting on the job for us.
A job building a transformational new hospital meant to serve this community for the next 50 to 100 years.
This project is, particularly humbling for our employee base. They'll be able to drive up 27th Street with their families and, be able to look at a building of this magnitude and be able to share with their families, that they're part of this.
In Billings, Shelly Malashi, MTN News.
And as expected, it has been a windy day for most of our viewing area. Earlier today, we also had a lot more clouds, but far fewer clouds in the sky for most of us. Still some lingering rain showers over the Sheridan area. Trace amounts of rain, but still stronger wind. We've had gusts up to 35 miles an hour already. We also have a few light rain showers and mountain snow showers, mostly west of the divide right now, but another cold front is moving our direction. Now for us tonight, we'll have a gradual reduction of that cloud cover and the wind will weaken a little bit. It will still be breezy, and you can see on the left side of your screen the next weather maker moving our way. But the temperatures today were well above average, had a low of 44 and a high of 62. I'll let you know when that wind might end coming up in a few minutes.
New tonight, a federal judge is ordering the Trump administration to pay November SNAP benefits by tomorrow. But for many families, the damage is already done.
Here in Billings, the school district's Backpack Meals program seeing a surge in need, with more than 70 new students signing up in just the past week. Isabel Sparch shows us how the community is rallying to keep kids fed.
Within the walls of Bench Elementary School in the Billings Heights.
It's hard to have a bad day when you're surrounded by kids.
Principal Tammy Concepcion hears all the giggles and smiles, but she also hears what many may not.
We had a student 2 days ago that came into school and hadn't ate since the prior lunch here at school.
November SNAP benefits have been delayed during the government shutdown. It's left many students at her school hurting. Nearly 50% of the school students already utilize backpack meals, the most in the district.
It just takes on a whole new importance in ensuring that our students and our families do not go hungry.
But Bench isn't the only school fighting food insecurity. In fact, it's become a growing problem across the district in just the past week. The Education Foundation oversees the Backpack Meals program in the over 30 school pantries.
We discreetly slide a bag of food into their backpack.
2 breakfasts, 2 lunches every Friday for the weekend. Executive Director Kelly McCandless says the program grew by nearly 30% last year alone. Now, it's nothing she's ever seen before.
Our numbers to send backpack meal kits have gone up by over 70 kids in just the last about 8 days.
Each meal costs around $6.50, a cost that could easily increase with food shopping now happening daily. And even more students will be needing assistance over the upcoming Thanksgiving break.
When we're in a situation like this where the demand is so constant, we're buying it from the grocery store like everyone else. If kids are in need, we'll find a way to serve them.
Because back in the classroom, Concepcion sees the toll empty bellies take on mental health.
Our kids are kind of falling apart. Our parents are falling apart. Attendance as well.
The foundation and each school are constantly taking donations to ensure children don't go hungry and don't fall behind.
And frankly, it's just what we should do. Kids deserve support, and that's what we're here to do.
In Billings, Isabel Spartz, MTN News.